Super Bowl 58 is finally here. Patrick Mahomes is looking for his third ring, which will tie his father's DWI arrests. And the 49ers are complaining about the practice field already. Are they stupid? Here's our final in-season episode of Shmokin' Hot Takes. You'll hear our Super Bowl winners, Shmokin' Hot Takes, and even our predictions for team-winning Gatorade color. Let's get Shmokin'. Shmokin'. Hello, everybody.
Stupid.
Welcome into Shmokin' Hot Takes. That's what I was laughing at pre-recording.
The 49ers are stupid.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Well, I'm Prophet Jay. I'm here with K-Dog and Koop.
Are you serious?
We're mixing it up last day. I really threw you guys for
I like that a lot. Put this guy in his place.
No.
Very well.
The people responded after last week's episode where they're tired of the Koop Purdy meltdown, so they said put him third.
Yeah. That's a sneak preview for the lineup going into next season as well.
I think whoever wins the standings should start doing the intros too.
Oh, okay.
K-Dog.
All right.
Nice. That'd be cool.
I'm down for that.
If you want to do that extra work. Fellas, it's Super Bowl 58, but first, how's your guys' weekends?
Great.
Great. Yeah, great.
Spectacular.
Fine.
We had a fun weekend outing. Celebrated a birthday Saturday, and
That's
then
right.
Sunday, we did the only thing that we could to make the Super Bowl bearable. Go to the casino.
Yes, and this episode is brought to you in part by Rich Little Piggy.
Okay, we need some context behind that.
Please
okay.
tell the story.
Okay, so first, K-Dog was invited to this. He chose
right.
He chose to not go, and he missed a legendary 4 hours of our lives. But
It was amazing.
we went to Snoqualmie Casino on Sunday to put in some bets for the game, for the big game, the Super Bowl. Are you hitting a drop?
Nope.
Okay. And we went through our bets. So here, I'll quickly run through mine in case the people are interested. I got some good ones. So I got a Pacheco anytime tutty, a Justin Watson anytime touchdown. Who? It's a good bet. Plus 475. The odds are too weird, people. It's going to hit. Trust. I won't say that one because it says who I think will win the Super Bowl, but I got the money line on the winner, on who I think is going to win. Okay, here's a sneaky one that I think is underrated. Isaiah Pacheco over 16.5 rush attempts.
Okay.
I think that's a lock.
I don't know, man.
Wait.
A little too rich for my blood.
This was Marvez Valdez-Scantling over 18.5 receiving yards.
Yep, that's the one we...
I like that one.
Myself,
he only needs one big one.
C-Dubs, and Jay all hit on that, or are going to hit on that one. Hopefully.
Prophet Jay's hitting on that. And then Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. I'm riding with you on that one, K-Dog.
Nice.
Yeah, so. And then I took the Pacers to cover the spread. Already hit it. God bless. Kraken are going to make the playoffs.
Well,
He's a multi-sport guy.
I bet there'd be an octopus on the field.
Like a legit octopus.
Maybe you should tell our viewers.
If you don't know what an octopus is, it's where the same player scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So I'm expecting Christian McCaffrey to get a little octopus going.
Now, does that have to be on the same possession?
Yes, probably.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
That's tough.
It could be Travis Kelce. It could be.
I think the odds were plus 1,100. So.
And it happened the year before.
I think I only put 50.
It did
or
happen the year
70
before?
Hurts got one, according to C-Dubs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least it's happened. But I
put like
tough
$5.
One. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I don't expect it to hit, but.
Okay. So, do you want to share any of the other bets, or?
Juwan Jennings over 1.5 receptions. I think that's gonna be a lock. Let's see. Longest touchdown of the game will go to the Chiefs. I don't know who.
I thought about that one more. I don't like it. I like the Niners side on that one.
Well, I'm hoping MVS catches a bomb.
Yeah, but that's never happened. But then he's never actually punched it in. I think that's a lock for the Niners.
He's been looking good during the playoffs. I mean, Pacheco could bust one off.
That's fair. That's true.
Pause.
And McCaffrey could also bust one off. He could bust multiple off.
Well,
he likes to bust multiple off in a day, dude.
He does.
He did that to me. He did that to me. actually.
Sky Moore.
He busted me
Sky
off.
Moore definitely could.
What has Sky Moore done all this season?
You're just throwing out.
Justin
names.
Watson has a higher odds to score a touchdown.
Cole Hardman.
That guy hasn't done anything either. How about Rashee Rice?
Oh,
that guy.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
If anyone has a chance, I think this is proven. If anyone has a chance to still put your money on the 49ers on this bet, go ahead and do it because this is not convincing.
I mean, I don't want to speak this, but I don't think Debo's like fast enough to
Ayuk
taking a 70-yard bomb.
use check.
Juszczyk. Oh yeah, that's another one. I got Juszczyk, Teddy.
Anytime.
And then I think C-Dubs, he's not going to have an episode this week, but he's taken Juszczyk over in receiving yards, I believe.
Which was like what?
It's
I think
like
it was
five or something. Yeah, so.
There's also a really interesting bet I noticed while we were driving up on FanDuel, which was Travis Kelce rushing yards. It was a prop bet.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
It was over half a yard.
But that's because last week he actually
had 5.
I don't know.
I think it's a trap.
He had rushing yards last week.
He had 5 rushing yards last week.
Really?
I think it's a trap.
Well, they like to do the little shovel pass to him, but that's not rushing. What do they do that was?
I don't know.
It must have been like a sweep or
Maybe
something.
an end around or something.
I didn't notice that.
I guess no, you can't see Travis Kelce on a sweep. That wouldn't make any sense.
That's why they did.
Okay, so anyways,
It could be a backwards pass or like kind of like a toss.
Maybe.
That could be a brush, I think.
So anyways, we after we went to place all our sports bets, we go and we're looking over for like some video blackjack. We're trying to get in some roulette, but the tables were all full. Like it was pretty hard to find anything that was reasonable. So C-Dubs went to this Buffalo game and just got absolutely ran. Like the Buffalo just bent him over and took $100 of his and just left without even giving him a kiss goodbye. And then we stumbled upon this game called Rich Little Piggies, which I went and like kind of test ran it, made like a quick 140 off of it. It's just slots. Wow. But the point is like every time you roll, you get like coins, right? So there's like a blue pig, a gold pig, and then a red pig, and they each have different bonuses. And the more coins you get, they upgrade your bonuses. And then eventually at a random point, when you get a coin, it'll pop the pig and you get the bonus. So like the blue pig gave you free games. So each time you got a blue coin, or most times you got a blue coin, it popped, or you got an additional free game. The gold pig was the one that gave you the jackpot. So it'd raise your jackpot totals and then give you jackpot games. And then the red pig gave you ones where you get free games, but it would take out all like the 10s, jacks, queens, kings, stuff that doesn't give you really money and just give you with like the bonuses. So anyways, I made like 110. We came back. Koop sat down. You want to tell them what you did?
Well, long story short, I had hopped around a bunch of different there's 4 different slots there, and I kind of hopped around. And the last one, I was like, okay, guys, I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to let this... The yellow one was big. That was the jackpot. I wanted to kill that one and play through until it popped. And then it ended up where I had all 3 popping at once, which is like...
So that's the big...
Very rare.
That's the meta strat.
Wow.
Yeah, and I walked away with about $250.
Wow.
So I'm going back next Monday, baby.
Well, it's just crazy because there was this old dude sitting next to us, and we didn't realize it at the time, but we should have. He literally was just slapping it, just constantly the play button, just skipping the rolls. He blew through $300 like that on I think it was a 150 or 225 per roll. And then there's this other Asian dude that came in with his family, and I swear to God, he opened up his wallet. It's like the Koop has. It's not like your those slim wallets that you can't really fit anything in. It's like a true traditional wallet. Yeah. And I shit you not, he probably had 10 grand in that wallet, just a whole stack of $100 bills, because he just pulled out like 4 and did not make a dent.
Well, he doesn't want to have those ATM fees. He comes prepared.
Apparently, but he came out. He and then he was literally just smacking the button over and over and over again. He actually came out. I think $100.
It's funny because I moved on to that strat where I was just like tapping it hella fast, and then we got into like the mini games, and these guys were busting my balls because like it would pop up, I'd get like $50, and I'd be angry because I didn't get like the big bonus.
He was going for the gold pig. He kept hitting the blue and the red pig. So K-Dog's not interested in our story anymore. We'll teach you the Rich Little Piggies way next time you come with us.
Please do.
Anywho, okay.
What?
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I was looking at you.
You trying to steal my lunch over here?
I just glanced at you.
And then Koop's taking us out for a nice dinner. He told us with all his
No,
money.
that's not true.
How nice of him.
No.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna go back to Rich Little Piggies.
He's got a bankroll now.
Trying to get richer, bro.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's talk football. All right, so we haven't talked about this on the pod. Official news since last week. Mike McDonald. Woo-wee! Seahawks head coach.
This is my boy!
That was the guy I was hyping up this whole time. Remember, you were like, I don't know who this Mike McDonald guy is.
Yeah.
That was Jay.
I might have said that too, to be honest.
I've been on this train all day long.
You should have been on it.
I know.
I didn't
Probably
care.
pays a little better. Than
You know, I am happy
Sean
that we get
Payton's.
the guy that really should get all the credit for Lamar's MVP.
Sure,
You know, that's okay.
that's fair.
Dude,
Maybe you
Devin
can get Gino.
Witherspoon, put your bets on him now for Defensive Player of the Year next year.
Witherspoon or Woolen?
Witherspoon.
So why are you off the Woolen train now?
Because he doesn't know how to tackle. He's a bum.
Dog, he was amazing last year.
Yeah, well, he sucked this year. So I'm hoping he turns it around.
So what if
And
Witherspoon sucks
and you know
next
what?
year?
Did you see Jamal Adams posted a picture of him in a Jets uniform today? On his
Was
Instagram?
that today?
Yeah, it was
I
today.
thought I saw that a long time ago.
No, it was today.
Like where he's tackling the Patriots.
No,
guy?
just him like in the locker room.
Oh.
He's done. Get
Good.
Jamal Adams
Get him
out
out
He's
of
a
here, man.
bum.
He's been a liability this whole time.
Yeah, he's a bum.
I kind of wanted to like defend him because I mean we spent so much for him,
Yeah.
but now it's just like he's going the ways of Antonio Brown.
Yeah, you gotta let him go. I mean, he's not even on the field much anyway, and when
No.
he is, he's can be a
He's just
liability. So, yeah, I mean, the Seahawks, they went from having the oldest head coach
To the youngest,
to the
half his
youngest.
age.
Yeah,
The
he's
highest
literally half his
paid
age.
first time coach.
I mean that's just like any new contract. I feel.
But
like.
so did you hear?
No.
And we'll translate over to the Commanders here in a sec because I'm interested to ask K-Dog a certain question about a certain coach. Apparently, when Ben Johnson and all that whole drama between Ben Johnson and the Commanders seems weird to me. How they're like kind of shit talking each other now. Like the Commanders.
Like
are
I never wanted to go there.
Yeah, and the Commanders are like, well, he interviewed so poorly, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, then Mrs. Allen, then dropped her purse. And
Oh, Jody.
Jody Allen dropped the purse for Mike McDonald, and he said,
Oh.
I'll pick it up, give it back to you, and you can take a blank check, baby.
Wow.
She came in with
Yeah.
a dump truck.
I mean, it's
You know what kind of dump truck I'm talking about.
Oh. It's an exciting time for.
You gotta be quicker with it.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
It's exciting for the Seahawks. Like, I'm a little. Not
Jealous?
gonna lie, I'm a little jealous.
It's a good time for Washington football.
Yeah, overall.
Like, we were talking about it, how there's kind of just a sense of optimism now with, like,
To be clear,
Dub.
not Washington Commanders.
No.
Washington
Yeah, thank you.
State
For our,
yes.
yeah.
University of Washington.
Right.
For Washington, for University of Washington, for the Seahawks, like, we were talking about C-Dubs, it's just a lot of,
Yeah.
like, good changes that seem to
Yeah,
have been made.
I feel like we're in a better state than we were with DeBoer. Because he's a snake. DeBoer, you hear that? He was a snake in our grass, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
And now we got Fish.
We got a Belichick.
Bringing in Belichick. We got Carroll. And it's going to be
And
a good
Harbaugh,
time,
oh,
dude.
no, it's on the Seahawks.
Yeah, Harbaugh on the Seahawks.
That's crazy, dude.
It's weird all around.
That is weird, yeah.
And then,
Yes.
okay, K-Dog, Dan Quinn's gone. Are you...
Yeah, here we go!
Oh, I was thinking you were going to play...
Congratulations!
Look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make me happy. You know, it was just a month ago I would have been raving about how much I love Dan Quinn. And now after that game, he's out of there, which he deserves that. And it's kind of been a foregone conclusion that he's going to be gone. Right now, I'm kind of like, yes, I'm glad he's gone, but I'm also worried. Cowboys, they've been interviewing. They haven't hired anybody, so I'm a little worried.
I was going to ask.
what
I haven't
that's
heard
going to
anything.
even look like. They've been interviewing Mike Zimmer.
Mike
That's the
Zimmer,
only
like the
big
former
name.
Vikings head coach?
Yes.
Oh.
Who used to be the Cowboys defensive coordinator like 20 years ago. So he
Jeez.
might
Full circle.
Was he
make a
was he
homecoming.
in the NFL since he got fired? Like, has he been a coordinator?
Not-
He hasn't
I'm
been a
not
coordinator
sure.
or anything.
I'm
Has he
not
been with the
sure.
team?
I don't know.
Where did Mike Zimmer go? I was thinking of
I
Hans
assume he
Zimmer.
was with the team. I thought
Is
he
he
might have been with
related
the
to Hans Zimmer?
Bengals or something for some reason. That could be a match. Is he what?
Is he related to Hans Zimmer? Do you know who that is?
The composer?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no, but unconfirmed. I don't know. Could be a cousin, for all we know. But anyway, yes, I'm a little worried about that. As far as him going to Washington, good luck. You know, that's one of the most poorly run organizations in the NFL.
Yeah, he fired Bieniemy already.
I think he
right.
brought in Kingsbury.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
And
crazy.
And then he brought in a Cowboys assistant as the defensive coordinator, I believe.
Oh, did he?
I think
Do you
so.
guys think that would have been your defensive coordinator?
I think that's
if
what
you
they were
didn't
kind
hire
of
him?
saying. I had actually, to be honest, I had never even heard of him prior to this.
Does that worry you that the Commanders are now going to have all your secrets?
See, I feel like that's not really the case. Like, there's so many coordinator changes in the NFL.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everybody.
Are you worried that the Commanders are going to be better than the Cowboys next year?
Not even a little bit.
Well, they're going to draft
Although
pretty highly of a quarterback.
Well, there's been talks. I think they're picking number 2.
Are they?
And Kingsbury has ties to Caleb Williams.
Really?
So there's been talks about
Well, I know
No,
Caleb doesn't want
Ca-
to go to the Bears.
No, Caleb Williams is going to the Bears.
So where's Justin Fields going?
They're
Prophet
probably
Jay?
trading him.
Where?
Okay, so
The Broncos?
no. So I did see some rumors about a week ago. This is one off, and it was kind of just out of nowhere. But
Just
I
a
saw
Reddit comment?
it was an article on Reddit. It was Justin Fields to the Raiders, which actually
Not bad.
makes a little bit of sense. They don't really have a quarterback. Like, Aiden O'Connell's not going to be your guy.
No.
You got Devontae Adams,
Jacoby.
Jacoby. You got a decent run
Josh
game.
Jacobs, maybe. But
So that could
Well,
be.
Yeah, that one makes sense. I feel like he's got to go to like a middle of the pack team.
You got to have some weapons.
we'll go to the Falcons.
Well, it's got to go to a
or-
team who doesn't have a high. If you have a high draft pick, then you're going to draft someone. You're going to get someone for cheap, you know. But
someone unproven.
but you're going to have to pay him soon. So it's got to be a team that doesn't have the opportunity to draft a young quarterback. So it could be the Raiders.
Here's
they must
my-
be picking middle
Maybe the
round.
Cowboys.
I think the Bears should keep. I think the Bears should keep him. Draft a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Trade back. Trade back.
No, you just take Marvin
Yeah.
Harrison Jr.
No, I would not.
Why not?
Because the Commanders aren't going to take him.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Keep Sam Howell.
Yeah, sure. I would. They're not going to win next year. So
Excuse me?
the Commanders are not going to be a winning team next
You think
year.
they're going to keep Sam Howell
Sure.
as their QB1?
Sure. Who else were they going to get?
I don't know.
Okay, and also
McDaniels
like,
or
and this is
something?
probably more of an off-season topic, but Caleb Williams is not.
No, I don't think
So here's the crazy thing to me. Every year we have a first-round prospect. We say this is the best prospect in 30 years. This is the next Trevor Lawrence, the next Peyton
next
Manning,
Trevor Lawrence.
the next Andrew Luck. Like, it's such bullshit. Like,
Hey,
stop saying this
what
about these guys.
What about a certain guy named Joe Burrow? He might have lived up to the hype a little.
No, not really, because he's been injured for 2 seasons.
What?
Injuries don't. You can't do that with injuries.
Don't say
And plus,
that.
he literally tore his ACL, then went to the Super Bowl next
Yeah.
year.
So he lived up. He had a lot of hype. He
Yeah.
lived up to it. But I do hear your point. I mean, Trevor Lawrence so far has not.
Yeah, I'm just tired of it. Like Baker Mayfield's the
Did
change
anyone
the
say
Browns
that?
name.
Did anyone? He did.
I mean,
He brought in their first playoff win in many years.
You don't pick somebody number 1 if you don't think they're a generational talent. I don't think.
Well, sometimes I feel like people are forced to pick the quarterback. They need a quarterback.
That's their own fault, man.
Yeah.
I would never pick
Like,
a Johnny Manziel.
well, but it's also-
Name the
but
last
Baker.
number 1 pick that was like impactful. I have one off the top of my
Bryce
mind.
Young impacted
Well,
pretty.
Joe Burrow
dang
was
much
3
on
years
it.
ago or whatever.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh,
I was thinking Myles Garrett, but 2018.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, have some sympathy. Like, think about it when you're like first pick in your fantasy draft. Sometimes it's not a spot.
That's
It's not a.
completely
Oh.
different.
It's
because-
not a spot you want to be in.
I'm
You're like
always-
sometimes your
I'm
hand.
money. I'm money
sometimes
in
you
the
feel
101.
that you're forced to make a decision that maybe.
That's fine,
He's
but
not the
how
best,
can you
you
look
know?
at someone like Baker and be like, yeah, that's the number 1, or Bryce Young for? How can you look at
yeah.
him?
Well, that looks pretty
over
stupid.
CJ
I mean, that
Stroud?
looks pretty stupid now. That's true.
So,
How did we get on
I
this
don't know.
topic?
Is it like the Super Bowl this week, guys?
something
I
like
haven't
that.
even-
We just don't care about the Super Bowl. We tricked you guys
Yeah.
into saying there's a Super Bowl episode, but we actually are not going to talk about the
That
Super Bowl.
shows how, not very excited we are for this game. We'd rather talk about Sam Howell and Bryce Young.
That's how we went to the Commanders. That's how we got to this. Okay, and then let's see. Are there any head coaches? Raheem Morris. We never really talked about that. Former Rams defensive coordinator, coaching the Falcons,
It's kind of like
which I don't really love
it's whatever.
because I feel like they need more of an offensive-minded guy.
I only care about the Falcons once they get a new quarterback. Then I'll really
I still
care.
think Desmond Ritter's the guy there. That's dynasty talking.
I'm looking for this one.
The stupid town.
Oh, brother! brother. This guy stinks.
All right. Okay, fine. All right, and also on a separate note, congrats to Taylor Swift for winning a Grammy. And
Are you serious? You had to do that.
I got to cater to our female audience.
Kelsey said he's bringing home some hardware this weekend.
He did.
I hate both of you.
It's the year of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
It's actually the second year of it now. We're in 2024. So.
Coop's like, I'm dropping from this podcast.
So tired.
All right. Okay, we'll talk about the damn game. I don't want to. All right. I don't even know what to say. So we got the Chiefs taking on the 49ers. 49ers.
You got the odds on you?
I think they're the 2-point favorite right now.
Yeah, like
Niners.
2.5.
I feel like I saw 1.5.
They're 2 right now.
Oh.
So it's at 2 now. So it's at 2.5, 1.5. Now they said
according to Yahoo, it's 2.
Well,
so the over/under also is kind of low, which is disappointing. I hope it's not this low. 47.5.
I don't know. That's not bad.
That's like a 24 to
23.
20. That's not. That's like.
Yeah.
That's kind of stinky.
I think that's kind of how I think of this game. I think it's going to be kind of a defensive game.
Yeah.
Because I guess how I envision it going personally, the Chiefs, like, I feel like their defense has just been like really stepping it up lately. Shut down Lamar, and the run game from the Chiefs has just been nutty. Whereas the Niners have been kind of weak, been kind of giving up a lot on the run. Which is why I smashed that Pacheco over on rushing attempts.
That's why it's not going to hit.
I mean, that's a fair point. But, I mean, that's how I agree. Like, I do think it'll be low scoring, which is disappointing. But because I just think it's going to be the Chiefs trying their best to control the pace of the game and not really allow the 49ers offense to take off.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, I have a stat on this. The Chiefs' defense this postseason has been incredible. They played, so in their 3 games, they played the Dolphins, Bills, Ravens. All 3 of those teams finished in the top 6 offense at the end of the year. And the Chiefs averaged only allowing 14 points on average in those games.
That's wild.
So, like, their defense has been incredible. Whereas the 49ers... they're averaging 26 points allowed per game in their 2 games against still good offenses, but they just have not looked like what maybe we would have expected. You know?
Right. Well, I mean, just you bringing up the Chiefs kind of gauntlet they went through, like they probably had the hardest schedule. Like,
Oh, by far.
No, yeah, you got to give them credit. They had
In a while, like probably in a few years.
Yeah,
it feels
well,
like
they had to take the hard route. You know, they didn't get that bye that they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
So they have almost. I mean, more experience this playoff season, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess they got a couple rings that might help with the confidence there.
Yeah, I mean, but I was thinking with the 49ers, though, too, like, yes, the Chiefs had a great playoff run, but the 49ers, they won 2, so their game against the Packers, they won a game in which they kind of got outplayed.
They shouldn't have won.
But they still found a way to win. And then against the Lions, they had a 17-point comeback and still won the game. So they're winning games like in different ways. Like we know they can dominate.
They won 2 games that they shouldn't have won.
Well, that's one way to put it. But it's also like we know they can dominate games. Not to say they can't against the Chiefs, but we know they can dominate games. And now they win these 2 games in a weird way. And I feel like that's got to boost your confidence. Like they're gonna feel like at any point in this game, they're gonna feel like they can win.
I just think the shoe's got to drop for them. Like. They should have lost both these games. You know, you can't get away with something like that against the Chiefs. The experience they have, the caliber player Mahomes is you know, the Pacheco run game, the Niners soft defense.
Marvez Valdez, Scantling,
you know, over 18.5 yards. I just think it just doesn't match up well for the Niners, and that's why they're probably going to end up winning this. Because everything's pointing.
No, I was going to say that exact. I was reading your mind there. I was going to say the exact same thing because.
Well, I'm glad you jumped in front of me.
Everything's pointing at the Chiefs to win this, and so therefore the 49ers will win.
I mean, jeez, you really wanted to say that, didn't you?
Is this I got your excited. Official? Like, are we already saying picks?
No.
Okay.
But it's just everyone's on the Chiefs, man. You know, they've been the underdog.
Yeah.
Throughout the last 2 games, they just have that underdog mentality. I don't like the Niners.
The money's all on the Chiefs.
I just don't think the Niners are a better team all around. That defense is just sus. And we saw them get gouged by Aaron Jones, Montgomery and Gibbs. Everything's pointing at the Chiefs.
Yeah, Yeah, 49ers, it's just not, it just hasn't been a strong playoffs. Like, there's no other way to put that.
Yeah.
Like, they were the heavy favorite to come out of the NFC, and they did, so give them credit, but it wasn't in a way we really imagined.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a reason to pick him. I mean, McCaffrey.
Well,
that's about it to me.
Well, how do you guys think Purdy's going to play this game?
Probably like 250 yards, 4 touchdowns, something like that.
Oh.
He's gonna make me eat crow.
No. You said it was like you?
What?
Never mind. All right. I would say Brock Purdy's probably. I expect like a very average game for Brock Purdy. It's like a two picks, 2 tutties, 1 pick, 250 yards.
I think he's gonna get flustered. You know, it's his first Super Bowl. He's 23 years old. He's
24.
going against this 24. He's going against a savvy vet, and like he's gonna be thinking, I got to keep up with Patrick Mahomes on the other side all game. He's gonna see him doing all his wizardry, and he's gonna try his own stuff to be a leader in this game and get the momentum back. And I think he's going to make mistakes doing it. And the Chiefs are just going to capitalize and kind of just hold a lead probably the whole game, in my opinion. You know?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't see... Brock Purdy has this like innate ability just to remain super calm, cool, and collected. Like, I feel like I've never seen him... Like, maybe early on this season, I saw him get a little flustered, but ever since I've get him... Yeah. I get it's the big dance or the big games. It's a little different. But, like, he just seems like he just kind of... He's kind of got that Tom Brady, like, ice in his veins kind of...
Yeah, he didn't really get flustered against the Ravens.
Yeah,
he threw 4 picks, didn't he?
Okay, well, that was just, like, they're down, so they're just trying to throw.
I'm kind of in between you guys. I agree with Jay in that, like, overall... Yes, you could point out a game like the Ravens, but overall, in Purdy's career, like, he's stepped up. Like, I mean, he's performed in most games when he needs to. He steps up in big moments to win the game at times. This is the Super Bowl, though, of course. But I think I'm with Koop in that I think the Chiefs will get pressure on him. I mean, we saw what they did to Lamar 2 weeks ago now.
Right.
They got pressure on him. They took away some of his best abilities. They made him second guess himself, and I think they're going to be able to do the same to Purdy. I mean, it's the same. I mean, it's the key with any quarterback. You get pressure on him, you're going to force him into making mistakes.
But he's also like the best under pressure. I don't have a metric.
Dude, you've totally switched your tune on this one.
I don't have a metric, but he's pretty great under pressure. I just think he's gonna. I'm not saying the 49ers gonna get their asses whooped. Also, no. I think we should save. We shouldn't say our picks yet. Just FYI.
You guys are kind of alluding to yours already.
Well, I think so.
Well, hold on. Don't say. Let's save it for the end.
I'm not gonna say who I'm saying.
Let's do all the other shit first.
Okay. Regardless, something K-Dog brought up is like, Brock Purdy hasn't. I think you're saying he hasn't really looked flustered. Like, you both have said this. I think the biggest gripe I had for Brock Purdy was, like, he has all these weapons. And that's why he's so good. I think that's going to be his greatest strength in this game. Is because he can fall back on his guys, Like, right. Whereas Mahomes, he has to... I'm not saying... it's not a gripe against Brock Purdy in this moment. I'm using this as more of, like, I think this is a reason for them to win. It's because, Mahomes kind of has to do it all.
Yeah.
We've seen him do it all. He's still got Travis. But Brock Purdy, he has everybody, and if he gets down like he has, he can fall back on his guys.
Do you guys? Yeah. Do you
I think that's really important.
Do you think we'll see an over reliance or more usage than common with McCaffrey this game? Or
I think he's somebody you have to lean on. Yeah,
I think the Super Bowl is a time to use your best players. Like, this is your one game.
You don't have to worry about people.
Or do you think they'll be a little too predictable and they might be prepared for that?
I think you got to give the ball to your best player, and I think Shanahan's. That's going to be a strategy.
I mean, isn't that why you took the use check anytime tutty to because they're going to be mixing up and doing some crazy shit in the red zone?
Something I called last year was Kadarius Toney scoring a touchdown. It's because you trade for a guy like that, a gadget player. You're going to use him in situations like this. Someone who can open up the field and do all this stuff. I think Juszczyk is a guy that they don't use often, but when they do, it's really effective because everyone's keying on McCaffrey. Give it to Juszczyk, who is one of the better athletes on the field too. I mean, he's a fullback and he's doing all this stuff. So I think they're going to switch things up. I mean, we'll probably see some crazy stuff from both teams.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, as I was looking back, these two teams played 4 years ago, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But Juszczyk had a touchdown in that game.
That's right.
So maybe we'll get another.
Did you see today? Kadarius Toney was being interviewed for some event. I don't know what it was, and he basically came out and said to this reporter, I'm the number one receiver in the league with the ball in my hands.
Honestly, it's not like we've seen what he can do with the ball. That's not a crazy thing to say. It's just like stay healthy and don't be, I was going to use a different word, stupid, when you're on the field, and you might be.
Yeah.
Because he's electric.
Okay.
He definitely is.
But this guy, he literally can't help it. Let's think of what he has going against him. Like, if you're an NFL team, you're thinking about picking up Gatorade. Let's think about it. 1, he can't stay healthy. 2,
No,
he drops passes. You can't rely on him. And now 3, apparently he has a giant ego. This guy just he's not doing himself any favors. I don't even, if you're an NFL, is he going to even be on an NFL team next year? Who's going to want to deal with that?
Because he gets traded from the Giants, and he's like, "Oh, I wasn't hurt," blah 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 blah. And then the exact same thing happens on the Chiefs. He's like, "I'm not hurt. What am I?" So obviously that's common denominator is just you, Kadarius Toney.
He does have talent. That's unquestionable. We've seen that, but it's kind of what a shame, to squander that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into some of our predictions here.
Oh, okay.
Unless do you have anything more you want to say? So you got a whole list, don't you?
I got some fun little.
Sure, you want to get some fun stuff?
All right,
I was gonna say
this will be like our honorable middle segment. K-Dog's barking stats.
Well, I'm just gonna give you guys some storylines, just some things to think about. So, we think that we've seen, of course, this is a Super Bowl rematch. We saw this same game 4 years ago. You might think these are the same teams, but I was surprised to see that if just looking at the main 22 starters on offense and defense, the 49ers are only returning 6.
Okay.
And the Chiefs are only returning 4. So
From 4 years ago?
Really?
From 4 years ago.
Wow.
So they're actually very different teams than you would think. Of course, the key players are still the same. Mahomes, Kelsey, Kittle.
Because there'd be no
Nick
McCaffrey.
Bosa. Yeah, right. No McCaffrey. Tyreek Hill is gone now.
Debo would be there, though, right? Debo played 4 years ago.
Debo, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. So it's kind of used chat.
Has Nick Bosa been in the league for 4 years now?
Yeah, he was in that Super Bowl.
Holy
Or was he? Maybe he wasn't.
No,
actually.
I don't think so.
Keep talking.
We're old AF if he has already been in the league.
Time
for
goes
4
by
years.
fast. Yeah, you're right. He might not have been. He might have been a rookie that. Well, actually, I don't know.
Was that did I say that wasn't Richard Sherman?
He was on the team. Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
was. I was just
look
looking
at
at the
you.
rosters, yeah.
God.
So I was kind of surprised to see that. So it's kind of a different matchup, even though it is the same. It's only been 4 years, but that shows how much the NFL changes.
2019.
When was Nick Bosa drafted?
2019.
No
so he was a rookie.
way.
So he was a rookie that year.
God, that's
First
so he was
year.
pre-COVID. Damn.
Yeah.
God, COVID really did something to us.
Kyle Shanahan. So the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan are kind of fighting some, some bad luck in the past. Kyle Shanahan, he's 0-3 against Andy Reid in his career. He's also just had a terrible Super Bowl history. So, of course, there's the infamous game against the Patriots in which he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. They blow the 28-3 lead. We all know about that.
Shanahan was the OC then?
I didn't know
He
that.
was, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
was.
that either. That's hilarious.
And then in that Super Bowl 4 years ago, they were up 20-10 against the Chiefs with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and then the Chiefs score 21 unanswered and win the game. So he hasn't had a great time in the Super Bowl. On one hand, that's motivation. On the other hand,
He
do you trust this guy?
No.
What was that stat where you said he was 0 and what?
0-3 against Reed.
0-3 against
So
Andy Reid.
I remember when he was playing the Packers, they were like, he is 1-15 when trailing by 10. And I was like, of course he's probably going to end up winning this. Because I had bet on the Packers.
Right.
So I hate hearing stats like that because that does not bode well for me.
Well, you know what? Shanahan sounds like a bigger choker than Lamar, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I had to get one in. I had to get one in.
Another fun fact with Kyle Shanahan. So his dad, Mike Shanahan, coached and won a Super Bowl with Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's dad. Did you guys see that? So
we're friends,
some
pretty good
family
friends
bonds.
with Broncos fan 42069. I actually got that little snippet from him over this weekend. He was saying he's a 49ers fan this weekend.
No, he's
Because of McCaffrey,
McCaffreys.
Shanahan. Yep. So
plus, I don't think that guy likes the Chiefs very much.
no.
I guess that's fair. The Chiefs are like his 49ers. So everyone keeps asking me, you're rooting for the Niners? I'm like, hell no. Hell no.
No, I'm good. I don't want anyone.
It's
I don't want the game to finish.
Give
sucks.
Chiefs his third ring.
It really-
Damar Hamlin, you need to run out on there.
Okay.
So do you guys think that I was
Come
thinking-
on.
Is that bad?
Yeah, you don't need that.
He's alive, man.
He's alive.
Sorry.
I wonder what
What is he,
I
Frankenstein?
wonder what would happen
Right?
for the Super Bowl. Like, how do you reschedule the Super Bowl?
You probably just wait a couple hours and
They
keep
make
going.
so
I
much
think the
money.
show goes on.
I think so too.
Yeah. I was thinking about this on the way up. Like, do you guys think? So on one hand, because Taylor Swift's going to be there, there's going to be all these new fans. You
Oh,
would
yeah.
Think, like, is this going to be the most watched Super Bowl ever?
Absolutely.
But on the other
Well-
hand, there's a bunch of people like us. Like, no one likes the Chiefs. There's a lot
No,
of people
people
who
are
don't like
still
the
gonna watch it.
49ers.
Yeah.
People are still gonna watch
Like, it's
it.
not a good. It's not a desirable matchup. So,
It's
like,
not,
Which
but
way is it going to go?
I believe I keep hearing this every week. Oh, the AFC Conference Championship was the most watched ever. Like, and then the week prior, it was one of the divisional.
It seems
games.
to
It
always
just-
keep going. Yeah,
and
with like
especially
streaming and stuff. Like,
streaming, and the world population gets bigger every year. It just makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I started to think about this more. I don't think the NFL is scripted. I think I'm hopping off that train.
Please, are you?
I
kidding
think
me?
I'm hopping off of
C
it.
Dubs laid it down. He said $330 million ever since T Swift got involved. And if they win the Super Bowl, it's going to jump up to $1 billion. You don't think it's rigged?
Yeah, but you know how much more money they're gonna make by all of the casinos in Vegas and all them collecting on all those idiots? Like some people here, maybe.
So it
Who
is-
bet on the
it's-
Chiefs?
So it's rigged. It's rigged either way.
No,
one
because
way or
I
the
think
other.
you would have gotten, despite the Taylor Swift effect, way more viewers with the Lions and the Ravens,
No. Because those same people are going to be watching this game.
or the Lions.
I'm watching this game.
or
Okay.
the Lions and the Chiefs.
one, like I've never gotten the thing about like the casinos rigging a game because they win either way. They don't care. They set the lines to hedge themselves. They don't care who wins. They win either way. And then with as far as the NFL, yes, they're making a lot of money off Taylor Swift, but just because that's true doesn't mean there's a conspiracy behind that. That could just be the way. It just worked out for them. Great, good for them. You know?
Do you guys want to open a?
There's no conspiracy.
Do you guys want to
It
open a
could be,
casino?
but when
Why?
the Chiefs weren't that good this year, they really weren't. You can't say this was like their best year ever. But
Well, no,
Taylor
this is
Swift,
Mahomes' worst year.
They were
Exactly.
never bad though.
They weren't
They
bad,
just
but
weren't
they
what
weren't-
we're used to.
They shouldn't have.
It was a
really-
different. It was a different
You
version
know,
of Chiefs this
let
year.
me give you something. I have a stat on this too.
Oh, two
Good.
It
K-Dogs
shows that the
packed.
Chiefs are just a different team this year. I actually think this is pretty fascinating, and I don't know that this has ever happened before. So we have the Chiefs going back to the Super. They won last year. They're going back to the Super Bowl. You would think, oh, this is kind of the same team, right? You go back to back. They're actually very different. So last year, their offense was number 1 in the league in points per game. Their defense was 16th in points allowed. This year, it's completely flipped. Their offense is 15th. So their offense went from being number 1 to middle of the road, and their defense went from being middle of the road to number 2 now. So their team is just completely flip
How
flopped.
was their offense number 1? They have the same group of
That's
people.
what I was. I think
It was best
Kelsey
in the
was
league
way
last
more
year.
involved.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Rashi Rice.
But no, but they had a bunch of dudes that could actually catch the ball because they had like a mix of. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like Demarcus Robinson,
Yeah.
McCole Hardman,
They had maybe
which like so like
maybe
a bunch
most
of
I know,
importantly, they
sure,
had,
but they actually like those guys were like very. Oh, they had Juju.
they had Eric Bieniemy too, didn't they? Or
Yeah,
did he
but
leave
no,
him?
but Eric Bieniemy doesn't. I don't think he.
Really? This is kind of evidence.
I think it's
that,
more-
This is kind of evidence that.
Yeah, but he
isn't
just got.
yeah,
but
but-
you see the Commanders' offense? He just got fired. Like if he did
Yeah,
anything
but,
good,
like-
he would still be on the offensive coordinator. Like that guy's career is like he's going back to being like a water boy.
Whoa.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I just think it's crazy how the Chiefs they're in the Super Bowl again, yet they did it in a completely different way.
That is odd.
Like,
That's pretty cool though. I'll
it's-
give them that.
And like maybe it's just like recency bias, but I just feel like all those additional like drops, interceptions just were historically bad
Yeah.
for Mahomes.
And they got to be like it's kind of an anomaly too. Like some of that is just bad luck, right?
Yeah, like it happens so often, especially at the start of the season. Like it just doesn't feel.
Yeah.
I just don't know how
But
they got here, man.
None of it matters though. I mean,
They got here by winning a weak AFC West and then having an awesome playoff run. And
Yeah,
that's
like this playoff run.
like
Like
we've seen that before though. Like
they
there's
just have
teams.
been dominated.
I mean, this happens in all sports. Like teams that have no business being in the playoff. Or I mean, the Chiefs had business being in the playoffs, but that you don't think would win, come in and they run the gauntlet. Like last year, even talk about like baseball. Baseball is a great example of this. The Arizona Diamondbacks, like a wild card team, snuck in, made the World Series. Or it happens in the NBA too. Like it's just teams
And
get
it's
hot.
just and the Chiefs, of course, this is in hindsight, but like the Chiefs not being as good of a team, they had all that playoff, like at least their key players had a lot of playoff experience. Like that's gotta matter. That's gotta that had to propel them, and the coaching staff too.
Taylor Swift.
And
That's
also,
all you needed to say right
and
there.
also, well, okay, let's think about this. Before Taylor Swift came into the league as the number one superstar, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were owning and still continue to own, quite honestly, be the daddies of Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah.
And same goes for Lamar. You know who we need? I think there's a conspiracy. I just created a new conspiracy. Who's the only people to actually take down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Joe Burrow.
I'm just saying, what's the odds?
And you know what? I think the Chiefs are sending assassins out to injure Joe Burrow so that they can make it in the playoffs.
We gotta move on.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. But you make a great point though, and then we'll move on. The Chiefs, they aren't more successful this year. They're just as successful as we've seen them the past few years. They just don't look quite the same doing it.
They just
Yeah, that's what's sus about it, man.
It's not sus. It's
Taylor
just,
Swift
it's
joins
just,
up, and
no.
then now
Okay,
this
now you're too-
bum-ass
you're-
team
you're
makes
Taylor
it this
Swift
far.
joins up. It's irrelevant. They're just as good
You're
as they
too
were
much-
last year.
Dude, you were lost in the sauce. No, dude.
How is it? Come on, can you really say it's that much of a
The Chiefs.
coincidence?
No, the Chiefs have been owning these other teams that have won their divisions.
It's no
I
different.
will give them the playoffs. They've looking.
It's a
incredible,
historical
but
track record before Taylor Swift that goes back at least 4 years.
This isn't the same team in the regular
It doesn't
season.
matter. It clearly
It
shows that
doesn't
there's.
matter. They lost to the Packers, the Lions. They lost to a
Remember-
lot of pretty.
Remember when the 49ers lost 3 straight games in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I do.
Like every team goes through rough patches.
I'm just come on.
And
And
honestly,
you're just hypersensitive to the Chiefs' rough
I'm
patches
just saying you're
because
like,
you're not
oh,
used to seeing
maybe
it.
it just so happened to match up where Taylor
did.
Swift.
Okay, but you also-
There's
you're
not
also
always,
saying,
like,
there's
come
not always
on,
an
you can't be
underlying
so blind
motive.
to that.
No.
okay, but you're also
That
saying
the
they
narrative-
lost to the Lions. The Packers and the Lions proved to be pretty darn good
Okay, I
teams by the end of the
know,
season.
yes,
and
yes.
the Chiefs did have that one bad. Who'd they lose to? The Broncos. They had one bad loss at home.
Yeah. They lost to the Packers, but that doesn't look so bad anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, all right, okay. Well, do you have any more, K-Dog?
No, we can.
Can't be complete coincidence. When this much money is involved, come on. Are you
They
think
make money either way. They don't-
okay? If they hadn't made the playoffs, Taylor Swift wouldn't be any. We wouldn't be talking about her right now. We'd be like, oh yeah, remember when Taylor Swift was dating Travis Kelce during the regular season? Oh yeah, that was crazy. But no, we're talking about her being at the Super Bowl and like all these eyes are gonna be on her still.
We're gonna talk about our predictions outside of the winner for
Gatorade
just
bars.
random things. That
No, if
happen
you
in
guys,
the
you
NFL.
guys were just at the casino. Did you see the odds on the Gatorade?
No, I didn't. Did you look at it? I didn't see that it was an option.
Okay. So I didn't either. So I don't know what's the favorite. I don't know what the history
Well,
of that is. I'm sure C-Dubs probably does.
C-Dubs texted us this morning and said Shanahan came out and said that orange was his favorite. But I don't think you would ever really go with the coach's favorite. I feel like you pull the team to see what
Right.
their favorite is.
Well, how many different kinds of Gatorade are on the sideline at any given time? Are they drinking the same thing in multiple coolers? Is
that's a
every
great
cooler
question.
different? I don't know.
I don't know. I've never thought about it that way.
And they're also both red teams. Does that mean they drink red Gatorade? Or what do you think? Goat?
Well, if it's okay, one of them's gonna be in white. I don't know who.
I think the
one of
Niners,
them's gonna
I
be
think
in
the
red
Niners
and
are.
gold. So if the white wins, it's gonna look like blood. If it's red, it's gonna look like piss. If it's yellow,
There's also blue. There's green.
I think I know.
Orange,
C-Dubs was
like
kind of
you
like
said.
off blue for some reason. I think blue would look nice as a color clash.
It'd be very America-esque.
That's
Because like
true.
red, white, and blue.
And blue just kind of slaps. Actually, purple is probably the best. Grape.
That is
Grape is
not
really
bad.
good.
Like for taste-wise, like that's your
Yeah,
favorite.
like ice cold grape
Oh,
Gatorade.
no.
I think
You've read-
you're gonna lose that poll, buddy.
Do you guys like Gatorade 2? Did you guys ever try that? G2?
I don't know.
really
I don't know
disagree
that
with
I've tried it.
Oh, I don't think they make it anymore. That was
I
more of like a
remember
high
it.
school thing for
Yeah,
us.
I remember
That
it.
shit was trash. The grape especially. I just remember because it tasted like. I mean, do you like grape medicine? You know, like cough syrup and stuff. Do you like that?
I love it.
Mix in some
Yeah,
Jolly
I really
Ranchers, put in some Sprite.
I'm just doing my pick. It's gonna be yellow.
Now, when we say yellow, are we saying
Yellow
like,
green.
kind of like,
Like
a
lemon-
yellow,
are we
a
talking
lemon
like
lime?
lemon lime?
Are we talking lemon lime?
The yellow Gatorade.
Because that's what I was gonna say too.
That's fine.
But now I feel like I need a change.
No, you can do though. You can do both.
I'm gonna do a weird one. I'm gonna say
You can also do white. There's like white cherry.
white. No, it's not gonna be white. I'll go a light blue. I guess. That's
So
not
like
that's not that weird.
That's like the freeze. Like that one.
I'll go light blue, but on the record, I wanted to go lemon lime. Jay,
So-
who do you have?
Well, if it's lemon lime, are you gonna say that was my pick?
No, I want to be different, but I just want to put that on the record.
All right, I'm going orange.
Okay. Seems
Okay.
like
Dog,
seems
it's
like
never
kind
gonna
of an
be
easy
the,
move.
yeah, it's never gonna be what he says he wants
Why though?
because it's so obvious. That's how you get people to bet on that.
Did you get slipped something for that? You think?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, how about first commercial?
Okay.
Microvision. Toyota. How about that? I don't know.
Toyota.
I don't know. Toyota
So they
commercial.
did announce that there's not going to be any AI or crypto commercials for the Super Bowl.
Which is like night and day compared to last year, right? Or was that
Yes.
2 years ago?
Well, you remember where there's one year where they had just like the QR code bouncing around?
yeah.
And I think that was for, I want to say a crypto. I think that was crypto.com that did that.
I take back Toyota because that's a Japanese company. This is the most American holiday of the year.
It's gonna be like a Ford.
Ram.
Wow. I'm gonna say I wrote this down, but I feel like it's stupid. I put down Pfizer.
Oh,
They're gonna come out with. They're gonna come
that's
out.
a good one.
They're gonna come out with that. They're just gonna.
That's actually so good.
They're just gonna smack you with Kelsey right away.
Oh.
Just right after the commercial.
That's so smart. I
State
love that.
Farm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe
Too.
change
I'm doing
yours.
that one.
That's actually a good one.
I don't know if they've ever
I
done
think you're
Super Bowl
stealing my
commercials.
idea.
The
So-
Super Bowl commercials feel like they're always way different from the normal in-season commercials we get.
Yeah. Now, to be clear, are we saying that this is the first? I was thinking it'd be the first commercial after kickoff, not like
Once the
after
game
national
started,
anthem.
that's fine.
Right?
Once
Okay.
the game started,
All right,
that's
all
fine.
right.
All right, so mine is kind of a sleeper pick. It's one that we've seen a little bit in season, but a little different. It's gonna be DoorDash
Oh.
because I think people are gonna want to be ordering food
Yeah.
right away, and that's what it's.
See-
They're just gonna do it right off the rip, so that they're like remind people to get food and use DoorDash, and it's gonna be some stupid commercial where they just put up a QR code again.
You don't think that's more of like a late first quarter kind of play,
Yeah, it is.
where they're thinking about
why would they?
halftime?
Yeah, they're not going to order.
They just
food
got out their
into their
snacks.
game.
They just sat down with their bowl of
It's
popcorn.
DoorDash. Trust. Big trust. I
I-
put
I-
money on this.
I don't know if that's the best decision.
$100.
Okay, I'll take
I'll
it.
take it on that.
No, I'm good.
We could put a pot in, and then out of the first one out of the three that we said with.
That's a good idea. We gotta get
Good
C Dub's idea. Or, we gotta
DoorDash,
get C-Dub's.
Pfizer,
Or we could just do.
And is State Farm your final answer?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
We should do it at.
I liked your Dodge.
No, we should. All right, well, we'll do it at a Super Bowl party. K Dog won't be there. I guess we'll do it. Yeah, you won't be there. You're really killing the vibe, here, K Dog.
You can call me in for the commercial.
If you're gonna be where you know I'm gonna be on Sunday, I'm excited to see you. Okay, so that was kind of our two fun ones. Do you guys want to do? Okay. Oh, heads or tails?
I'm gonna go heads.
Yeah. I was going to go heads as well.
Well, that's disappointing because I have heads too.
Then I'll go tails.
No, you can't.
Well, so we got to be different.
Maybe I'll go tails.
Okay, maybe it's going to land
Well, actually,
perfectly
no. I kind of
upright.
want heads. I kind
It's
of
going
want
to
heads.
land perfectly upright.
Oh.
And they're going to have to redo it.
Have you guys seen that one coin flip? What game was that where the coin didn't flip? Did we talk about that?
I don't think we've talked about that.
Not on the pod, but outside.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, dude.
There's like a look at it like they flipped a coin and the coin did not flip. It just landed.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
All right,
Like Coop, you're
odds
a
are, like-
physics major. How does that happen?
The odds are very, very slim.
the person who flipped the coin didn't do it right. I don't know.
So they touch in physics.
Or
Well, he just
it,
went like
it was
this,
either
and
the
then-
best or worst coin flip of all time.
Okay, I have heads for all of us. Are we cool with that?
That's fine. Okay.
What tails?
Has there ever been an MVP that was on the losing team?
There has one time.
Is that like in like 1885 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It was a cowboy. That's why I know.
You know who it is?
Chuck Howley
Oh, I was going to look it up.
and
Man,
Super
you're
Bowl and Super Bowl V.
No way, really.
It was just like a really, from what I understand, it was just like a really sloppy game. Like both teams just played terribly. There were a ton of turnovers, and they're just like, who do we give it to here?
I think we should make it more common where you just give it to the best player straight up. Not the best player on
But,
the team. But I know it's like a participation trophy,
Right.
but it still would be kind of fun.
You want to celebrate, like, I don't know. Like, if you lose, you don't want to get an award and, like, have
It's
to,
basically a winning
fake being
quarterback.
happy about
It's just
it.
a winning quarterback
Yeah.
trophy.
Yeah,
Unless
if-
you get like 4 sacks.
I mean, we talk about the regular season MVP being biased. I mean, the Super Bowl MVP might be even worse if that's possible, as far as bias towards the quarterback.
Who won it last year? Was
It was Mahomes.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
And was it Joe?
And then it
No.
was Stafford before that.
Stafford.
Was it? Or was it Cooper Kupp, actually?
I think it was Cup.
Yeah, it might have been.
So maybe it's less
So I
bias.
stand corrected.
Maybe it's less QB bias.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's just weird for a wide receiver to get it because if the wide receiver did good, well, then so did your quarterback. But now that I think about it, yeah, Cooper Kupp. I think Julian Edelman won it a few years. Last time the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Interesting. Okay.
Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, Tom Brady, Mahomes, Edelman, Brady, Von Miller,
So that's the last defensive
Brady,
player.
Malcolm Smith. Wow, for Seattle. I didn't realize.
Malcolm
that.
Smith, that's one of the more.
Didn't he
most,
have like a bunch of sacks?
He had like a pick six.
Pick
I think.
6, fumble recovery, 10 tackles.
That's like one of the
Damn.
most obscure MVPs of all time.
Russ has been pissed. He never got an MVP.
Yeah. A lot of QBs. But
Are we picking? So I mean, I feel like
No, we won't do that
we
one
need to do
yet.
that concurrently.
Yeah, we will.
or-
We will.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, how do we want to do this? You guys want to do Shmokin' Hot Take?
I think
Shmokin'
Shmokin'
Hot
Hot takes first. Because that won't tell us who's going to win.
Okay.
All right.
All right, K-Dog, you're always first.
All right. Well, mine it was kind of an afterthought, but I saw this week that Jerick McKinnon is returning.
He is.
Uh,
He's not. He's definitely not 100%. I'm going to pre-emphasize.
no.
Or pre.
Well, we probably should discuss that in our.
Is he that much of a game changer?
Well, I predicted that he's getting 2 touchdowns.
What the fuck?
So I picture it.
Oh no!
This is how I got inspired of it. One,
Oh no!
McKinnon, he's prone to. Now I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm kind of leaning towards receiving over rushing, although I'll accept both, of course. But like I feel like he's kind of known as like kind of a sneaky PPR guy, like catches some touchdowns. I think of last year the Chiefs scoring. I don't think McKinnon scored in the Super Bowl, but like Tony and Sky Moore did, right? And they were just off of like little weird dump off passes. So maybe they'll do some of the same this game.
Nice. That's really cool.
Thank you.
So I have 2.
Of course.
My first Smoking Hot Take is I think Taylor Swift is going to actually perform at the Super Bowl. I called it a long time ago where she's going to fly into the frickin' stadium and do the national anthem. So you always got something to press. Don't you?
Oh, brother.
Sorry, that one was an accident, actually.
Second Smoking Hot Take.
Wait, so wait, you were saying that at the beginning that you hyped this up that she's gonna fly in. What is your current up to date take on how this will happen?
I think she'll probably end up being in the halftime show somehow. I mean, she's going to be there.
Who is it? Usher?
It's Usher. She's going to do something. She has to. Like,
I disagree.
okay. And then my second Smoking Hot Take, Jawan Jennings is going to have at least 1 touchdown.
Why don't you do an anytime touchdown?
This is a Smoking Hot Take. I don't have to actually bet on it. What do you guys think of that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
baby.
good. Now, just for fun.
I don't feel like it's very hot.
Just for
This guy
fun.
barely plays. He has literally his odds are for 1.5 receptions, man.
Just for fun, can you kind of put us in the situation where this is gonna happen?
49ers are down by 20. 2 minutes left in the
Wow.
game. I'm going to say first drive right after halftime. Niners are going to have the ball. Jawan Jennings is going to get a 40-yard touchdown from Christian McCaffrey.
What?
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be like some weird play because this guy really only comes in when Deebo Samuel's hurt.
Sure.
So either he's going to be hurt or it's the Super Bowl. They need to use kind of some tricks. So I think Jawan Jennings is going to end up getting on the field somehow.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get an end around. Maybe we'll get like a...
I mean, McCaffrey's been known to throw the ball. Does Deebo ever throw the ball? Does Deebo?
Yeah, does
sorry,
everything.
yeah.
He's only got a bum shoulder, so maybe not.
That's true. But those are my 2. And,
Dude, I'm looking at the odds for anytime touchdowns right now on FanDuel, and we got hosed on our odds. That's no Kwame place. They ripped us off. Justin Watson, plus 650. You know what I got in that? Plus 475. That's garbage.
Yeah.
Use check, plus 900.
I think mine was plus 700.
Yours is 750. And
not bad.
John Jennings, plus 700. We'll give it to you.
Wait, Jennings is plus 700?
For any time.
And use check is 900?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might be onto something here.
Please explain.
How about you do a Jennings and use check touchdown? Maybe a use check to Jennings touchdown. How about that?
I'll put $1 on that.
Okay.
That's probably a plus 10,000 odds.
Yeah.
I don't think you can bet on that.
No way, you can't.
It would be kind of sick if you could bet on any kind of touchdown combination.
I mean, you can if someone else is willing to put up the collateral for that.
That's fair. Okay, my Shmokin take is that Brock Purdy will not finish the game and that Sam Darnold will come into play because Brock Purdy is
Did you hear about the Vegas was like, yeah, Sam Darnold's our biggest liability?
Yes.
Like, is that why you're doing this?
No, I just thought it'd be funny if it hit.
I didn't laugh.
Like,
Well, it could also be. I laughed in shock and awe. Well, it could also be like the 49ers are blowing them out, and they're like, Purdy, take over.
There's a number of scenarios that could happen, but
So you're calling for Purdy getting hurt?
It could be okay. How about let's say like when your helmet comes off, I believe you have to come out one game.
then I hit.
Well, no, you said he's not going to finish the game.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to my guns.
Okay,
So you wouldn't.
So not that situation. Like it has to be.
So,
Purdy's
but if
gone.
Sam Darnold comes in to, if they're like for some reason the Niners are winning and they, Sam Darnold comes in for the game-ending kneel.
You think Purdy's not gonna want to take the game-ending kneel in the Super Bowl? Yeah, with Darnold in there.
Hey, that's why we call it Shmokin. You guys are laughing now. I'm just telling you, the 49ers are kind of cursed when they get to
Because
these
you're a
things.
clown, buddy.
Well, this is
you're
our
a clown.
This is our last chance. To hit
Why is
our
that 3 minutes
Smokin' Hot
long?
Take.
'Cause I could have played you the whole thing. But
Can you imagine?
I had mercy.
All right. I guess MVP and winner.
Well, you should do score first.
Oh, score.
Or winner, score, MVP.
Oh shit! Score.
All right, let's do it all at once, K-Dog.
Would
Oh,
I
wait.
say it
Would
aloud? What do you
Well,
mean?
no. So, no.
You're
So,
gonna say
sorry.
it in unison.
So, so what are the standings? You need to recap really quick.
I believe I'm 8-6.
You're one game ahead of
Yeah,
K-Dog. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah,
K-Dog
exactly.
is-
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
7
Yeah, 7-5.
5. No, that doesn't make
I'm
sense.
one game behind you. It
So
doesn't
your
matter.
your guys' game matters.
8 and
where
5, you're 7 and
K-Dog's
6.
K-Dog's
Yeah, that actually is.
K-Dog's
true.
playing for tied
And then
for
I think
first.
Jordan's 2 and 11. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but then when you go like at the pigskin bracket, I'm ahead of all you
Did I
guys.
call you Jay or your real name?
You call me my real name. That's fine. And that's I'm not 2 and 11. I'm not 2 and 11.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so I guess then
That means
K-Dog
I
should
go
go
first, I guess.
Yeah. Or do you want me to go first since I'm not even in it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I think I should go first. Or should you?
I'm not gonna change. I mean,
I'm not even-
I can
already-
tell you, I'm not gonna change my
Yeah.
picks.
All right, so I'm predicting a score. I'm just predicting this to go over 27-24. I'm predicting this to be. I put some money on this team, but the Chiefs to win. And Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I feel like I can't really put anyone else in MVP, but
Shmokin' Hot
Patrick
Takes,
Mahomes
huh?
will be
Shmokin' Hot Takes, huh?
the
You're as
MVP.
cold as ice.
What's
That's
the
what I
sc-
got.
And what was the
27-24 Chiefs.
Score? Do you want to give any extra analysis to that?
No,
or
I
do you
just
feel like
think
we covered it?
I think it'll be like I said earlier, I think it's going to be, just a tight game constantly between the two. It's going to be, Chiefs holding on the ball. I think the Chiefs will have a much longer time of possession and just them trying to play control. And then it's going to be, the classic 49ers scoring quickly. And then we're going to finally see the Chiefs win the game on a game-winning
Field goal?
drive.
Wow.
Oh, so they're going to be down.
Could be. I don't know. I haven't really thought of it yet, of how it's going to operate.
Are they going to be tied or down?
Because how would you get 24 points? You would need, I guess, 3 touchdowns,
A
2
field
field
goal.
goals.
For 27?
Or sorry, to get to, yeah. So then to get to 27, you need 2 field goals, or you need a touchdown just without the extra point.
Wow. Very cool. Get on.
Yeah, well, when I think about this game, obviously it's a very even matchup, right? I mean, the line's close. It's 1.5 or 2 for the 49ers. These are two teams we're used to seeing. For me, I was just trying to look for stats that stood out to me that says one team over the other, and I already mentioned one that how great the Chiefs have played in the playoffs, especially their defense. So I expect that to continue. Also, I saw Patrick Mahomes in his career. He's 9-3 as an underdog, which is insane. Winning 75% of your games as an underdog. Andy Reid is 3-0 against Mike Shanahan. The Chiefs, I don't know if you guys saw this, but when the moon is in a waxing crescent.
Well, if you listen to C-Dubs.
In the last 20 games, they're 19-1. Did he say that?
Yeah, you don't listen to your own.
I was going to listen to it this week.
What are you doing?
You got a long-ass string on your face.
Yeah.
Don't ever touch me.
You got a string on your
Don't
face.
ever touch me, Jay. Can we continue? You don't need to just keep looking at me.
I was trying to find the string.
You got it.
Yeah, well, it's an Echo C-Dubs thing. But just all these stats, there's just so many stats pointing towards the Chiefs. And you guys are saying, well, in that case, then I'm taking the 49ers just to be a contrarian. But I'm taking the Chiefs. I think they got what it takes.
Wow, even if you're...
I'm not going to be a contrarian. All the stats point to them. Ultimately, I trust... I'm not going to... historically, it does not do you well to bet against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Do we have any ref
And
stats?
so why do it now?
Do we have any ref stats for this one? Like who favors, who the ref is and which team they favor?
No. I just thought you'd have a little more gamemanship with our standings. So I thought you were going to try to predict who I was going to say. So
No, I'm picking who... No, I'm just picking who I think.
And now Koop's like, shit, I picked the Chiefs.
Why, you got the 49ers?
I picked the Niners.
Oh, in my final score. Sorry, I didn't even do final score. Now.
Or MVP.
Final score. I already said I think this is going to be a defensive game. So I'm predicting a score of 20-13.
Wow.
That's a boring
kind of low
ass
scoring.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and in a game where it's kind of boring, there's not a lot of offense. The default is the winning quarterback, and so I'm going to give it the MVP to Patrick Mahomes.
So, do you guys remember when the Seahawks played the Broncos?
I do. It was a great game. I had a great
I try
day.
to forget.
Wait, why? It's not like you're a Broncos fan. Yeah. I could see it going a couple different ways for this matchup. I could see them getting absolutely blown out by the Chiefs.
Them being the 49ers. Okay.
Yeah, the Niners. Just with how that defense has been, very sus. If Purdy gets flustered enough, throws 4 picks like he did against the Ravens, who the Chiefs just beat, I could see it kind of getting out of hand, Mahomes is just kind of having his way and whatnot. But that'd be a really boring Super Bowl. But I do have the Chiefs winning. I do think, the run game's going to look really good. Pacheco over 67.5. I think easy smash, like Jay was saying. I think Mahomes is going to be a magician like he normally is. We're going to see a few slips by, what's his name?
Rock Purdy.
Rock Purdy.
Rock hard Purdy.
But I think the score is going to be a little bit further apart than you guys had mentioned. I got them 31 Chiefs, 21 Niners. I also say that because I'm sure you've seen it, the Hard Knocks thing where the magician's like, McCole Hardman, who's on the Chiefs now, again, he's like, what's the score? The Super Bowl going to be? And he said Jets versus Niners. And what's the score going to be? 31-21. And now it's
Now
Chiefs,
he's back on the Chiefs.
Niners. So I'm just going to go 31-21. I also have Chiefs money line and Chiefs spread 7.5 as bets. I'm hoping to smash.
What were the odds on -7.5?
I can't remember. So yeah, and then MVP, gonna give it to Mahomes. If
It's not going to be Mahomes.
If the
It's
Chiefs,
not.
if the Chiefs, you're right. It's gonna be Kelsey. I can see it being Kelsey.
I saw that was one of the most popular bets was Kelsey for MVP.
Yeah, because then he can give she who shall not be named will
I'm
smooch
still
on
going,
TV.
I'm still going with my logic of what would Kelsey have to do for Mahomes not to get it? Mahomes would have to have an otherwise.
I mean, if Kelsey had 3-4
lackluster-
touchdowns.
Dude, Kelsey's plus 1,700.
yeah, okay, sure, yeah, 3-4 touchdowns, yeah,
If he had 3 touchdowns,
yeah, well, yeah.
so I don't.
But that means Mahomes would have at least 3.
I don't think. Yeah,
So-
but I don't think that's what's crazier. One guy having 3 or
what if he had 3 catches or 10 yards and 3 touchdowns?
No, I don't think he deserves it.
Okay.
Maybe. What if each catch and touchdown was like this
like a
absolute train? Like he had to
Okay.
get through like four
each
people
one is
each
a
time.
screen pass, and he has to get through 3 players. Every
Yeah,
time.
or something.
Okay.
Did I say everything I needed to?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, Chiefs all around, huh?
Chiefs all around.
I wasn't
MVP
expecting
all
that.
around.
I guess
You thought
none
I'd
of
pick
us-
the Niners?
I don't know. Well, no.
Especially
As
like
soon
hate
as,
the
you,
Niners?
as soon as you told me you were taking money line, you gave it away. Because why would you take money line 49ers? You would take the points, right? So you kind of gave it away.
No, I didn't think of that.
But I don't know. I guess before I met up with you guys, I thought someone would take the 49ers. I guess we all hate the 49ers. So kind of
Well,
want to take them.
Cowboys don't like them. Seahawks don't like them.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
No.
And Koop just hates Brock Purdy.
Hey, maybe not after this game. Maybe I'll be singing his praises like Prophet Jay does to Lamar.
Well, you know, Brock Purdy has more playoff wins in his first 2 years than any other player in NFL history. More than Tom Brady.
The Shmokers don't know, but I'm secretly a closet Lamar fan. I just don't talk about it on the podcast. Okay. Well, guys, that's it. We have wrapped up our final Shmokin' Hot picks, takes, and all of the above for the season. Does it feel crazy that we got through a whole season?
I'm surprised I didn't kill you.
Why? Why did you want to kill me? Come on, Koop. You're just mad because I was challenging you all season. Calling you out
It's
for your
like talking to a doorknob.
trash takes.
Season. It's crazy.
Remarkably cold takes.
Oh yeah, my Aiden Hutchinson Shmokin' Hot take was pretty cool though.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold. All right, well, to all you listeners out there, thank you for following along all season. Fun fact, our next episode will be number 50, which is an exciting milestone. Do you guys feel like we'd make it this far?
50 does sound like a lot. Yeah.
Well, we didn't
Surprising.
do 50. I mean,
50
C-Dub.
including C-dubs.
Yeah.
So
But we'll just, we'll put it all together.
we'll get to 100 next year.
Well, I mean, we got the off season. We're gonna be like on our way to 100 already.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're going to start doing episodes daily.
So we'll probably get to 100 like midway through the season.
Yeah.
Kid Dog's like, fuck.
Well, once
We'll be
we start doing college football too, we'll be like.
And then
Yeah.
baseball, and then basketball,
Basketball.
and then Hell's Kitchen, Shmokin' Hot
When the
takes.
Kraken make the playoffs, then we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff, and then we got to talk about.
Olympics are this summer.
Oh.
We're actually going
Yeah.
to Paris.
Is that where they are?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I might be in Paris in a couple months.
Really?
Okay, buddy. We know what that meant.
I don't.
I don't know what
The
that
weather's very nice in Paris this time of year to see the Eiffel Tower. Huh?
is. It? I don't know.
Jeez.
It's kind of cold.
C-Dubs, you're the only one that's gonna get that, I guess.
It's kind of. I know what he's going with that. All right.
Do you?
Coop? What's your word today?
Alpaca.
It's a llama.
That's an alpaca.
That is definitely a llama.
That's an alpaca
How can you tell?
because their teeth.
They kind of look like Coops. That's why. That's how I know it's a llama.
Especially that one on the left, for sure. He's a tall one, too.
I'm just joking. Coop is so dumb today.
Jay was wearing a purse the other day. Hope you guys know that.
I was wearing a belt bag. Is this one?
He walks up with rocking this thing. First thing I say, that looks really nice, Jay.
No, he goes, nice purse, dog.
Was it like over the shoulder? Or
No,
it
I was
like
wearing
strapped
a
across the
cross.
body?
I was wearing like this. Because
Okay.
I had to carry like all my shit in it. I had to carry all the betting tickets because I don't have a big
Yeah.
wallet.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, it's functional.
And then I proceeded
Never heard
to tell...
of a fanny pack?
I have one in my cabinet.
It's even worse.
I proceeded to tell Coop he was the spokesman for toxic masculinity. So
That's fine. Somebody's got to be there to keep up the torch.
all right.
along
So
the process.
okay. So message Alpaca to our IG if you know, you know. And we'll see you guys next week. And I hope whoever you're rooting for to win the Super Bowl actually wins, as long as it's not the Niners. Shmokin'.
Shmokin'.
Shmokin'.